Hello, everybody. I'm Jenny Johnson with Fargo Monthly, and I am joined today with Dave Bellamy of the Bellamy Brothers. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good, real good.
Good. Dave was just telling me he is in sunny Florida, and it's a balmy 80 some degrees out there at his ranch.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you're probably smart to come up to these parts in the summertime. Hopefully,
Oh
we have
yeah,
good weather for that.
yeah. Actually, yeah, we love coming to that area in the summer, either there or like sometimes to Europe. Like Norway. Norway has similar weather to you guys. Really cold winters and really nice summers.
I believe it. That's probably why all the Norwegians, when they came to America,
Yeah,
they came to these parts. I'm
yeah.
actually very Norwegian myself. I don't know if you're picking up on the accent at all, but
Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, we toured Norway quite a bit, so over the years, and so I've been there a lot. So yeah, I realize that a lot of the immigrants from Norway ended up there. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're so excited to see you at WeFest this summer. Is it true that you actually played at the very first WeFest in 1983?
I believe we did. I'd have to check the books and confirm that, but I believe we did. I know over the years we played there many times, and that sounds about right. And we're in the process this year of like putting together our 50th anniversary celebration for next year because it'll be 50 years since Let Your Love Flow came out. And
Sure.
so I've been doing a lot more looking back, this year than normal, because normally it's just like whatever's ahead. But we've been compiling. We're doing a kind of a coffee table book and a few different things. So I'll have to check that when I look through the files, but I believe that's correct.
Yeah, and I know that they just celebrated their 40th anniversary last year. So you guys must have been up and running at least 10 years on that first WeFest.
Yeah. Well, our first hit, "Let Your Love Flow," was um, went number one worldwide on in the beginning of May
Okay.
'76.
Okay.
So long before you were born.
Well, not that long actually. I was actually born a year after the first WeFest. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay. I was we were doing a tour. Well, 19 and 20, 2019 and 20, we were on the road with Blake Shelton on his Friends and Heroes tour, and Blake was and he was talking to me about and he said, oh yeah, I grew up on all those old songs y'all did, and he said, I was born in June of '76. I said, yeah, you were born exactly 1 month after Let Your Love Flow went number one.
That's awesome. So I know you've been to WeFest a couple times. From my research, I see you were there in 83, 86, and 90, at least. Do you recall any fun memories from WeFest that can recall from either the early days or even maybe just some of the last times you were there?
I recall it always being such a fun thing to play. It's a great festival, and we just always have. It's been kind of near and dear to our hearts because we have been doing it for many years. Um, that being said, I don't really remember much after. I don't remember much of the '70s or '80s, and I get glimpses of the '90s coming back. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I met with somebody last year, and I think Jody Messina last year, and she just
right,
said, "Big, it's big," which it
yeah,
is. I feel
and
like
it's
it's
got
pretty bigger, big.
well, it's gotten to be so big. I mean, it's a big old huge festival now. I mean, it was in the beginning as well, but it's just gotten to be so big over the years. I mean, music festivals in general, it's odd to me, especially being around as long as we have. It's odd to me how they've grown so big now. You say something about a music festival that you've played before or whatever, and somebody go, "Oh my gosh, that's such a big," and it's such a big deal now. So it's great.
Yeah, no, for sure. And as we kind of touched on a little bit, your first big hit was in the late 70s. Your career has spanned decades. That's a massive accomplishment that you should be very proud of. I imagine taking that journey with your brother even puts a additional unique spin on it. Do you
Yeah.
have any tips for working with family?
Um, well, it's really odd because people will normally come up to us and say, they'll say, that's so cool that you're able to work with your brother for 50 years. Or they'll come up and say, how in the world can you stand him for 50 years? so, so I guess it's a little bit of both, but we've always been able to sort of work together. I don't know why we've, I mean, obviously you don't agree on everything, but over the years, we've always been very close, and we've stuck this out, and it's always the way we wanted to do it. Nobody ever really wanted to go solo. We didn't really see the need so much, and I mean, I think we were actually going to retire about 10 years ago, and then people kept booking us and booking us, and so as long as we feel good, as long as our health held up, we decided just to keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure. You and your brother, you've had many gold and platinum records and have been nominated 29 times for ACMs and CMAs. Do you have any songs in your repertoire that holds an extra special place for you?
Well, I guess Let Your Love Flow would be very special to us because it was the first record, and it was so big, so in so many places. At the time that record came out, I didn't know there were that many places in the world. I mean, I didn't know you could travel to that many places. But about 2 years following that record, we've now toured in 73 countries, and so at the time, we would be in Germany one weekend and Japan the next weekend, and so it was we were just zipping. I mean, we turned into jet setters like almost overnight when that record hit, and we were not really prepared in the beginning of that, because you really couldn't prepare for it. It just kind of happened. So it's kind of a special thing. But we've got your songs end up being kind of like your kids. Each one of them is a special thing to you.
Yeah, that makes sense. You guys have been having a lot of fun on social media that I've seen. You have a pretty good big following, and I'm not surprised, but you're doing a lot of fun things and you look super busy touring and putting out some really awesome music videos. Besides coming to WeFest in August, what do you have planned for this spring and summer? Any special trips or any special events?
We have a really busy year. I don't know why, but it seems like we're busier than we've ever been in our lives. And last year we did 140 shows, and I think this year will probably be pretty close to the same. And of course, we're starting up a lot of our international touring again. Because COVID kind of course, that shut down a lot of touring, but especially internationally for a while. But we did go back and do Norway this past year. To sort of get our feet wet again after COVID. But now this year we're going to do Dubai and India. So that'll be really. We're actually the only country band that's ever toured India,
Really?
and it's a very strange thing because three of our songs ended up being international wedding songs in India, and they call them first dance songs. And one of them is Let Your Love Flow, one of them is Beautiful Body, and then the other one is a song we had called I Need More of You. And they all became big wedding songs in India. So they were huge, and we actually didn't know about it at the time that they were that big of hits, because nobody was bothering to go to India because we were busy everywhere else.
Mhm.
So we finally we got around. Somebody wanted to put the tour together, and we got around to doing it. And it was such a great experience. The fans are incredible there. So we're going to do Dubai and India probably this November, maybe.
Wow. I bet you have a lot of stamps on your passport.
I've got a lot of passports because I'm so old. I've gone through many of them because they're only good for 10 years at a time, I think.
I suppose, I
So
suppose. I think I only have one. And that just speaks to I need to travel somewhere, I think. But um,
yeah,
yeah,
they sometimes the passport guy he'll go to the last page and he'll stamp that and he'll go, "You're going to need some more pages in here." So
that's great though. That's exciting. I think I can imagine going to India and what a unique and special thing that is for that. So this year, one of the WeFest performers is Jelly Roll, and the Bellamy brothers have somewhat of a rebel spirit and have crossed musical genres. What has that experience been like for you in the music business?
well, you know, we've always just tried to do the music that we like and that we think our fans will like, and that's really kind of always been the criteria. It's not ever been, a matter of, well, maybe this will work here or whatever. It's been kind of the stuff, like we were credited with doing like the first country rap song. Because we did in 86, I think it was, we did a song called Country Rap, but we didn't do it to be groundbreaking or anything. We did it. We were kind of making fun of rap at the time because it was kind of to poke fun. It was a takeoff. On these two sort of country hillbilly guys doing these rap songs. So it was more like that. But everybody took it like, oh, they're doing rap. That's pretty cool. Which was not really right because we didn't do any more rap. We just did the one song. But we've kind of always done what we've kind of liked and thought our fans would like, and that's really been our cause the whole time.
Yeah. Do you still have that song in your lineup?
I don't think we're playing it live right now. We're not doing it live, but it actually is a good live song. We should probably put it back in there.
You should do it at WeFest.
Yeah, yeah. I like Jelly Roll. I don't know him. I've never run across him, but I like him. He's sort of experimental in kind of a unique way. And when he stops and does country, sort of, it's kind of a country blues thing, and I like some of his stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's always kind of fun asking, bands, especially if they've been around for a little bit, what the secret to your success is. Do you have any tricks or that you use on the road, or how do you keep your endurance up and kind of avoid burnout and kind of just keep that enthusiasm going?
Well, you can't avoid burnout. First of all, we've been burnt out for about 30 years now, but it's you got to keep some projects that you're excited about. Either the live show, you change up your live show, and get it where it's not only fun for the audience but fun for you to do for the audience. And then we've always kept a new project going. We've got a new album in the can now. We just released a single on an old country track with Gene Watson, very traditional country. But you got to just change it up and keep doing things like that, and I think keep yourself entertained as well as the fans.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's great. Is there anything that you can kind of tell We Festers, what they can expect of your show when you come up to Minnesota this August?
At this stage in our career, I was talking to you earlier before we started the interview. We'll celebrate 50 years next year. Next May is our 50th anniversary of Let Your Love Flow. But at this stage, we're doing pretty much a greatest hits show, because that's really kind of what everybody wants to hear. We're really blessed to have a lot of hits and a lot of radio hits and stuff from back in the day. And a lot of times we can't even do them all in the show, because we'll do usually a 75 or 90-minute show, and inevitably somebody will come up and say, oh, you left out my favorite song, and which we didn't really mean to. It's just kind of where we ended up being. But it's kind of a greatest hit show. We kind of just put everything, Let Your Love Flow and Old Hippie and Beautiful Body and all, the stuff that we can put in there that we think everybody wants to hear.
All right, folks. So get your Spotify playlist going of all the Bellamy Brothers hits, so you can sing along at the show. Is there anything else you want to add, just in general, about, do you want to talk a little bit more about the coffee table book that you'll be putting out?
Well, the coffee table book will be coming out about next year when our 50th hits right there. We're putting that together now. And then our reality show starts up again on Circle Network in April.
Oh, very
so
cool.
We're at the beginning of our 4th season of the Honky Tonk Ranch.
Okay.
Here, see, I'm wearing the ad right there.
I forgot to ask, is your brother around the ranch as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. See, it's like the redneck Ewings here. You know, that from Dallas. We're
Yeah.
sort of the redneck version of the Ewings. Everybody lives on the ranch. Howard lives on the back 40 down there, and I live up on the front 40. And our old place where we were born is actually between our two houses, and that's actually our office. My mom lived there until she passed away 9 years ago,
Sure.
and she worked with us in our business for many years and helped watch the ranch and everything. And so it's kind of it's a very much an old family compound.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. Make sure you check out WeFest website, www.wefest.com. Stay up to date with the schedules. Make sure you find out when the Bellamy brothers will be playing live at Soo Pass Ranch. And thank you so much for jumping on. I really enjoyed talking with you.
All right, hon. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
All right, you too. See ya.
Bye-bye.